or eliminate health insurance for millions of Americans who are poor or elderly or disabled, just so those with the most can pay less. And I will never turn Medicare into a voucher system, because no American should have to spend their golden years after years of labor at the mercy of insurance companies. They should retire with the care and the dignity that they have earned. We can strengthen and reform Medicare for the long haul, but we'll do it by reducing the cost of health care. Not by just dumping the costs on seniors, asking them to pay thousands of dollars more. And we're going to keep the promise of Social Security by taking the responsible steps to strengthen it, not by turning it over to Wall Street. Now, let me say, rebuilding this economy is essential. That's priority number one. But our prosperity at home is linked to the policies abroad. So 4 years ago, I promised we'd end the war in Iraq. We did. I said we'd wind down the war in Afghanistan. We are. And as a new tower rises above the New York skyline, Al-Qaeda's on the path to defeat and bin Laden is dead. So long as I'm Commander-in-Chief, we will sustain the strongest military the world's ever known. And when our troops take off their uniform, we will serve them as well as they've served us, because no American who's fought for us should have to fight for a job or a roof over their head or the care that they've earned when they come home. So just like there's a choice on domestic policy, there's a choice when it comes to foreign affairs. My opponent said it was tragic to end the war in Iraq. Don't move, vote. He won't tell us how he'll end the war in Afghanistan. And I have and I will. And while my opponent would spend more money on military programs that the Joint Chiefs say we don't need, won't make us safer, don't want, I'm going to use that money that we're no longer spending on war to pay down our debt and to put more people back to work, rebuilding roads and bridges and schools and runways. Because after a decade of war, it's time to do some nation building here at home, Iowa. That's what we need to focus on. This is the choice we now face. This is what the election comes down to. I said yesterday, over and over again, we've been told by our opponents that bigger tax cuts and fewer regulations are the only way to go. That since government can't do everything, it should do almost nothing. If you can't afford health insurance, their theory is, hope you don't get sick. If companies releasing toxic pollution into the air, well, that's just the price of progress. That's their theory. If you can't afford to start a business or go to college, well, take my opponent's advice and borrow money from your parents. That's his theory. You know what? That's not who we are. That's not what this country is about. When I look at all these young people here, I'm reminded of what is essential about this country. You know, as Americans, we insist on personal responsibility. We insist on individual initiative. Everybody here knows we're not entitled to success. We have to earn it. And we honor entrepreneurs and business people, strivers, the dreamers, the risk takers, who are the driving force behind our free enterprise system. And we believe that free enterprise system is the greatest engine of growth and prosperity that the world has ever known. But we also believe that this country only works when we accept certain obligations to one another and to future generations. We understand that as citizens, America's not just about what can be done for us, it's about what can be done by us together as one nation and as one people. And nobody understands that better than the people of Iowa. Because the election 4 years ago wasn't about me, it was about you. The change that started here in Iowa, the change that started here in Iowa City, you were the change. You're the reason that there's some little girl out there with a heart disorder who's now going to get surgery that she needs because an insurance company can't limit her coverage. You did that. You're the reason that students right here at the University of Iowa are going to be able to graduate college with the security of knowing that you can stay on your parents' health insurance plan. You did that. You're the reason there's a young teacher in Boone who has a little more time to pay back her college loans so that she can start her life doing what she loves without being buried by debt. You made that possible. You're the reason a young immigrant who grew up here and went to school here and pledged allegiance to our flag will no longer be deported from the only country she's ever called home. You're the reason why we ended Don't Ask, Don't Tell. You're the reason why thousands of families have been able to say to their loved ones who served us so bravely, welcome home. You're the reason. And so if you turn back now, if you buy into the cynicism that you hear all the time, that says somehow the change we fought for isn't possible, well then of course change won't happen. If you stop, change won't happen. You are what brings it about. If you give up on the idea that your voice makes a difference, then other voices fill the void. The special interests, the lobbyists, the folks who write $10 million checks to run all those negative ads, the people who are trying to make it harder for you to vote, the politicians who want to decide who you can marry or want to control healthcare choices that women should be making for themselves. You leave it up to them. Only you can make sure that doesn't happen. When you see that sign that says forward, we don't go forward without you. Only you have that power. And I'm depending on you to use that power. I'm asking you to make sure you don't give up that power. Every young people here, I need you to register to vote. If you're not registered, go on gottaregister.com. That's G-O-T-T-A. Sorry, English teachers, this is not got to, it's gottaregister.com. If you need to know how to vote, including early vote here in Iowa, go to gottavote.com. I'm asking you not only to register and vote, I need you to go after your friends, talk to your parents, talk to your cousins, aunts, uncles, cousins, whoever you got. Iowa, I need you to make some phone calls with me. I need you to knock on some doors with me. I need you to tell your friends and your neighbors and your coworkers what's at stake in this election. And if you do, we will finish what we started. If you use the power that you have, we will create more good jobs in America. We'll generate more homegrown energy in America. We'll hire more good teachers in America. And we will send more young people to college right here in America. We'll bring our troops home, and we'll take care of our veterans, and we'll open up more doors of opportunity to every American who's willing to work hard to walk through them. That's what we need. We will win Johnson County. We will win Iowa. We started in 2008. We will remind the world why the United States of America is the greatest nation on earth. God bless you. Let's get to work. Let's move forward. We take care of our own.
lights on. We take care of it all. From Chicago to New Orleans, from New to the ball. From the shotgun shack to the Superdome. Rainbow Hill, the Calvary, stay home. There ain't no one here to